I have been asked a lot of questions about how I got into this field, about marine science and marine biology. So I thought I would do a little Q&A, so maybe you would get to know me a little bit more and understand a little bit more about this field, because it's very new to me. Kind of started out, I'm a first generation college student. I became a provost scholar at Southern Illinois University, Carbondale in the United States. I feel like I grew up with a lot of ceramics and dolphins and Finding Nemo and things like that. I think that it sparked my interest since I was a child. There's a lot of that's unknown in the ocean life, especially the creatures and the systems and things like that. I think that there's really interesting concepts of the ocean that it feels unworldly. I get a few questions every now and again about how I even got into this field. I was born in Arkansas. No ocean there. How do I get into marine biology and marine science? So like I said, I'm a first generation. I kind of am figuring this out as I'm going along. Right now I'm in my senior year of my zoological science degree. I'm doing a bachelor's degree. I'm kind of just figuring this out as I go. This is a very science-based career, right? And I know a lot of times, like even myself, when I was thinking about becoming a marine biologist and things like that, a lot of the science part didn't click with me until I got here. You will be taking like your chemistry, your physics, your statistics, your mathematics, your biological sciences. So you need to have these fundamental skills to kind of conceptualize what you want to do in the marine science realm or marine biology. A lab, any lab that you can get into in undergraduate, or even if you're in high school, things like that, get into some sort of scientific research. That research, whether it's ocean related or not, it is not just about the classes you take. You have to have some sort of actual physical fundamental skills that show that you know how to work in a lab setting. So how do marine biologists utilize their skills? That's a great question, and it's kind of a really long answer. Marine biologists will utilize their skills by specializing in like techniques that they want to do in their career. You utilize the skills that you learn, right? So if you want to do more of a cognitive or behavioral analysis, you would work more towards those skills, right? So you would work with marine trainers, you would work with these internships or things like that that would specialize in things that you want to do. My mom actually asked me this one. How hard is it to be landlocked and still learn about the ocean? There are resources out there. You have to look for them. And I know it's kind of a pain to have to search and have to fight to find anything like this, but there are things out there for you to learn. I follow a lot of influencers and things like that that kind of educate me on topics that I didn't know anything about. Following, like Women in Ocean Science, I'm an ambassador for them. They introduced me into a lot of international organizations and networking that kind of allowed me to communicate with these professionals and understand what they're doing and how they're doing it and how did they do it. So just really putting yourself out there, which is kind of what I'm doing now. That's why I'm doing this. What paths can you take as a marine biologist or scientist, and how important are they? And that's a great question. There are so many. I don't even know. I could go on and on for probably hours about the amount of different fields you can get into with marine biology and science. It's kind of the point of you having to do research before you get into this field. You have to know what you want to do, and it's okay if you don't yet, but just find things that you're interested in. The ocean is super important. It stores a lot of our carbon. There's a lot of different systems that rely on the ocean, not only the organisms, but the industries that we use. I don't think a lot of people realize that these rules and these regulations that are put into place is not necessarily to be a tree hugger, I guess. It is to protect what's there while also helping us. Those are all the questions that I've gotten as of now, but if anybody ever wanted to reach out to me, I usually answer within like a day or two, because I love talking about this stuff. I type probably too much or talk too much. I do both, I don't know. But yeah, I would love to talk more. Yeah. Hopefully this looks okay.